Welcome to the Taylor Method for Pain-Free Living, a podcast that features enlightening conversations with experts in the medical field that helps to improve the health and well-being of those suffering from chronic pain due to injury. Learn from leading authorities the questions you should be asking to experience pain-free living. Hosted by father and son, Dr. Derek Taylor and Dr. Hudson Taylor, and joined by industry professionals in the health field, including doctors of integrative medicine and personal injury attorneys. Enjoy well-rounded and informative conversations to help you get out of pain while achieving optimal wellness. Dr. Derek Taylor and Dr. Hudson Taylor are the doctors of Taylor Chiropractic and Laser Center in Florida and California. Both father and son duo have earned respect and a solid reputation for successfully helping people transform their lives by assisting them to discover the hidden causes of their painful health challenges, leading them to experience the resolution of their problems using the Taylor Method. Tune in each week to learn about the Taylor Method, Dr. Taylor's proprietary technology that looks at the whole person and identifies the root cause of pain while facilitating natural healing and helps to restore the body to optimal wellness without using drug injections or surgery.
Welcome to the Taylor Method for Pain-Free Living podcast. My name is Dr. Hudson Taylor, and today, let me tell you, we have the absolute honor of having Mr. Kyle Flynn on our show. So let me tell you something about Kyle Flynn. He is an elite fitness coach and trainer, renowned entrepreneur, and owner of the Blueprint Los Angeles. So the Blueprint Los Angeles is the state-of-the-art training facility and recovery center and the best of the South Bay. So for all you listening, let me tell you something about the South Bay. It's an incredibly competitive market in the fitness industry, and the Blueprint tops them all. So follow this man and what he is doing. Kyle, I'm so happy to have you on, bro. Thank you for joining us, man. Thank you so much.
Doc, I'm so excited to be here, man. And that was quite the entrance. So I appreciate you, man. And, I'm so grateful to be here and to know you, especially. You're a true pro inside and out. And it's just an honor to be on your podcast, bud.
Thank you, brother. Well, let me tell you, I'm feeling good right now. The endorphins, I just hit the 5 a.m. class, and the vibes are good right now. So I am feeling good. And hey, let me set the context here. The thousands of people who are going to be listening to this, and it kind of goes in line with the book that you're writing. These people, they're probably going through a setback, man. They're in pain. They're stiff. They're looking to move. They're looking to shed the extra weight, right? The COVID 55, right? and they're looking for community, man, just with all that's going on. So, what you're doing and what you're writing and what you've created as far as your community, I think it's going to really help them out. And so when they get this, man, I think it's going to be extremely beneficial. Tell us about you, brother, and your journey, just, your why you went into the industry, why you're doing what you're doing, why you've pioneered this BPLA, this Blueprint Los Angeles movement.
Yeah, well, man, I grew up in the South Bay, Torrance native, went to South High School. I ended up going to San Jose State University, played football. And when I got to San Jose State, I had one of my biggest mentors was my strength coach. His name is Chris Holder, Dr. Chris Holder. Just really shifted my mind. And I kind of realized I enjoyed the weight room more than I enjoyed football towards the end of my football career. And I just loved being in there and seeing the smiles and the energy of people working on themselves. And, there was just no tension, and it was just a very great environment that he created. He had such a good culture within the community of all the athletes at San Jose State. And when I got home, there was just a huge void in my life in regards to not having that anymore. And one, I didn't have a job. Two, the only thing I knew how to do was work out, because all I did for so long was play football, right?
Yeah. So
I actually dropped out of college my senior year. School was never for me. I kind of was a outside the box thinker, if you will. I didn't really catch on with the whole school thing. And I have a very creative mind. So when I got home, I actually started working out at a small private gym that I used to work out at and train at when I was home for summers for football. And I asked if I could do personal training sessions there. And I never thought that I would be a trainer. It was never like in my thought process. When I went to college, I was out getting into business, but I don't think it would be like a trainer, right? Well, I had no choice because I was broke. There was a certain portion of my life I was homeless. I didn't really have anywhere to go. And, personal training was my foundation. It was something that I always, even fitness was my foundation and my freedom of, my time where I built, myself, my confidence when things were really, really rough. And, anytime I would step into the gym, I knew I was safe. I knew I, can focus on me, and I wouldn't be distracted by all the outside noise, that we all deal with every single day. So I kind of doubled down on it without realizing it over the first few years of personal training. And I slowly started building my business. The first year was really rough. As a trainer, when you get into the business, it usually takes 6 to 12 months before you start understanding how the game works. Mm-hmm. And, I tell our coaches that all the time when they first get hired. It takes a little bit to kind of find your speed. So I was giving away a lot of free personal training sessions, not getting paid. The first year I probably had 2 paying clients. And then in year 2, it turned into 4. And then it slowly started building. Now, after a couple of years of personal training, I'd say a few years, the singles turned into doubles, the doubles turned into quadruple, and the business started growing faster and faster. And I didn't really focus on building it. It just happened because I loved helping people, right? And that's was such a great lesson for me is when you fall in love with the process and the greater good of just helping people, which you're so freaking good at, Doc. You're living proof of what every single professional in the health industry should be.
Thank you, bro.
And when you're leading with your heart and taking care of people, good things happen for you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And eventually I had a business where I was working at a small gym, renting space, and I had a clientele that was really big. And I was like, I can't be here anymore. I have to go open my own space because I have too many people that help me. So I opened Blueprint LA in 2015. And, it's quite the experience as a business owner. It's not all pretty. Even where we're at right now, I think a lot of times sometimes I'll talk to Sean, and Sean's my brother, by the way, you guys. And they don't realize what we went through to get to this point. But, man, there was times where, I wanted to give up, and, sticking to my my core values and knowing that I need to help people has always kept me in the game.
Right. So, it makes me think, did you have an idea when you first started, like, hey, I want to start my own facility. I want to create my own business. I want to do something eventually. Or did that just kind of, gradually come about as you started seeing more people, training more people, or did you kind of know that from the get-go?
So there was kind of 2 parts to this. So, the San Jose State thing where Coach Holder had this great culture and this great community. Yeah. That was always trying to fill. Right. So throughout my training and my clients and whatnot, I kind of fulfilled it. Mm-hmm. And that mentor that also went to San Jose State, he was above me. His name is Brian Nunez, and he had a gym up in the Bay Area. Yeah. And his gym was just like, when I remember going up there for a certification, and I was like, oh my gosh, man, like I have to have something like this one day. Right. So, I went and opened Blueprint and had my own facility. And did I ever think it would get to this point? As time went on, the vision got clearer and clearer. And you know how that is, right? Yeah. Your mind is, when it's so, so young in the business game, the opportunity mind doesn't seem like it could be that big. But as you continue to work and you continue to help people, you gain that confidence and that clarity and that courage to keep doing bigger and bigger things. Right. Doubling down on that, it makes it really easy. And you have that momentum where, the mission has always been helping people. Right. Yeah. And, some people ask me, like, well, why do you keep expanding, or why do you want to, franchise your gym? It's because I want to help people. I had that experience I had in college with Coach Holder. That experience I had with Brian Nunez at his gym, of this like magical place where everyone's positive and everyone's helping each other and everyone's getting healthy. And you know how it is when you go into the gym, people ask me, like, what's special about your gym? It's just the magic. It's the people. I always tell them, or what makes our gym special, and the makes our gym special. And I want everyone to be able to experience that, because I've gone to other gyms. I've gone to, the gym culture overall. There are great gyms out there, but gym culture overall, Nowadays, with the video, the filming of people, you go to the gym, people are making fun of each other and downplaying each other instead of supporting one another. If someone's not doing it right, it could be intimidating for ladies, even older men, to go into the gym. And, I want a place where everybody can come, feel comfortable, be themselves, no egos. And that's what's so important to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it all started with just the foundational, just goodwill of, hey, let's help people out. Let's help people transform their lives, get healthier, get stronger, lose weight, feel their best, look their best, be their best. And then you were mentored by Dr. Holder, and you were inspired by Brian Nunes. And that's kind of when you made that next step. Because, going from a fitness coach to just taking the leap of faith and opening up your own business, man. I mean, that's a huge step. Right.
Well, it wasn't pretty.
Yeah. And that step took time, right?
Yeah.
Took time and it took, continue. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. It was, it was tough. When you're a personal trainer and you're busy, how that is, Doc, you have your session, right? You're doing your sessions all day and you're just creating that experience for people. And then you get into business, you open a business and you have to teach people how to do that. Right. And our first 2 years, I didn't really have a vision or a game plan. I just opened up what I was currently doing. Right. Mm-hmm. So sure, we survived, but we weren't making any money for the business. And I also do real estate and mortgage, and that kind of supported Blueprint in the first 2 years. And there was a turning point where I had a business partner and we kind of looked at each other like something has to change, this isn't working out.
Right.
He's still one of my best friends. He's the greatest dude ever. And we decided that I would just move forward with it and he was going to bow out. And at that time I really had to get clear on what I wanted. And I went back to my roots and I called Brian and I said, hey, look, I need help. I think that's one of the most powerful things I've ever done. Looking back is being able to just, put your tail between your legs and swallow the pride and say, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
I need help with actually building a business. I can be an employee and be a great personal trainer and run that. Being a business owner is a completely different ball game, and some people aren't built for it. And there's a lot of things that you need to learn and understand before you take that step that I didn't know at that time. Right.
Right.
Rolling on that journey, the first thing that had to take place was, one, I had to have the courage to ask for help. Number two is I needed to get clear. So I always look for clarity, right? The next thing is I needed to have the conviction that I can do it, right? Mm-hmm. And then the last thing is commitment. I needed to commit to whatever I was going to do 100% and not back out whatsoever. No giving up.
Right.
And the thing I always tell, even my clients is you got to have a champion mindset. Because once you get to a certain peak, it's really easy to take the foot off the gas. And all those people that are chasing you, they want it more than you do at that point, right? How many times do we see UFC champions? They get the belt and then they lose it right away, right?
Right.
There anymore. That kill mentality isn't there anymore. So keeping that edge and keeping that mental capacity of hey, look, I'm on this mission. And as you hit these goals, you have to continue to set new goals and continue to strive for more. And, I think it keeps you healthy, one, because you're growing.
Right.
As a business owner, you have to be growing at all times. If you're not growing, you're staying stagnant. What ends up happening is you start feeling a little bit depressed. Right. I'm sure you had that before where you're just kind of okay, we're just kind of floating, right? Setting the goals and having the courage to set out for bigger things is something that I think is so important for all business owners because it keeps you on your game.
Totally, bro. So, with that said, let's say someone's coming into the Blueprint LA, right? Their first time client. They're stiff. They don't even know how to exercise, right? They're depressed. They're looking for just something to do. They're looking to change things up, but they don't know quite how. They're looking to, shed a couple pounds and just kind of get things moving. And they're going to sit down with you and say, hey, Kyle, it's great to meet you. And I want to start working out. How do I get from here? Now, what would you say to them? How would you kind of set the expectations? How would you come alongside them? And not you, obviously you built an entire team. And this, let me tell you, the team at the Blueprint is just unlike any other. These coaches will come alongside you and help you every step of the way. what are you going to say to that person? What is your team going to say to that person? What's that going to look like if that person is a new person coming into the Blueprint?
Right. I think anytime it's a first day, you got to prepare, right? Going into a new gym, going into a new space can be so freaking scary, right? And, going to a gym that has big classes, lots of weights, and we have some paintings on the wall, whatever, it could look really intimidating from the outside. And I've had even friends that have come in and been like, man, I was so intimidated to come here. But, environment, knowing when they're new is very important. So all of our coaches will know if someone new is coming in, and we make it a point to take care of them from the time they take a step out of their car. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they walk into the parking lot, we're looking for them to make sure that they have their best friend, right?
Right.
From there, we ask them, general questions on like what they're looking for, what they want to do and accomplish. And even let's say they're doing a 3-day trial. What do you want to accomplish in the 3 days? Right. Now, let's say when they sign up, the first thing we always do is let's get clear on your goals. So we do a now inventory, right? So when we're doing a goal setting, we want to do a now inventory. How are you feeling right now? Write down everything you're feeling right now. Okay. Now, we're going to write your vision of where you want to go, whether that's 90 days, 180 days. We want to know what you want from us, right? And then in the middle, what we do is once we have the now inventory laid out and we have the vision laid out, we put together all the potential obstacles that they could face in getting to that vision, right?
Yeah.
So what happens then is when they start writing these things down, they start expressing these, emotions they're having with whether it's their fitness, their health, maybe something going on at home. I mean, we get so many different walks of life. I mean, someone might, they're physically completely fit, but they're not mentally fit. So then we work on that, right? Come in, they're mentally, physically fit, and spiritually, they're just shot right now, right?
Yeah.
So we're trying to give them that confidence. So we really need to find the root of the problem of why they came in, and then we put together a game plan for them in getting to that goal, right? And we do quarterly check-ins with our members. Yeah. And anytime they want to come in and chat with the coach, they're more than welcome. Our coaches are all trained on what to actually say in these goal-setting meetings. Yeah. And we lead them in the right direction, and then they just got to take action.
Awesome, man. Hey, so your gym. I mean, I'm trained there for 3-4 years now, and it's like you guys have a variety of different things. You do monthly memberships, yearly memberships. You have specialized programs for optimal results. And you've seen those people who I've seen the people they've gone through the transformation where they start out just as you just said, looking for direction. Dude, their body changes, man. They lose the weight. They get super strong, right? They get the results. What would you advise someone who's looking, to get the highest results with all the programs you have to offer, all the services you offer? If you were to take someone and say, hey, you need to do this, and that, you need to join this program, you need to work with this, whatever coach, what would you tell that person who's looking for the highest results?
And this is someone that needs the help, right?
Yeah, they need the help, but they're serious. They're like, hey, I want to get the results, right? What sorts of memberships do you offer? What services, right?
Yeah, so we just added a new membership. It's called the Diamond. And the Diamond membership is just a little more hyper-focused membership where they get 12 small group sessions a week. I'm sorry, not a week, a month. Yeah. So 12 small group sessions, and then they have access to all of our classes as well, right? Wow. Now, small group sessions is a great way to get personal training attention in a small group environment, right? So it's a little bit cheaper on the price, right? So it's affordable. You get access to one of our most skilled coaches, the most experienced coaches, and they'll take you through the 12 sessions. In a small group setting, you have a private accountability group. So you're going to have a coach that's on you every week, connecting with you, making sure you're taken care of. Right. Also have access to all of our other classes, right? So if the Diamond program is a strength-based periodization program. You'll also have access to our classes, which is more of a hypertrophy program. So you're going to get with both of our great programs. You're going to have the coach, nutrition plan. You're going to have access to the in-body scanner, which is going to analyze your body fat and your skeletal muscle mass, all the good stuff. And I think it's just a great way to get started at Blueprint without any fear. Yeah. It's a little more intimate. You're going to have a little more connection with the coach. Right. And then you could take the training wheels off and you could pop into our platinum classes on the big house. And you know how those classes go. It's just a big party in there. Everyone's having fun.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
And grooving. But that's what I would recommend going forward. And that's why we started implementing this diamond membership.
Yeah.
The people that want a little more attention, or if it's like summertime, right? And they kind of want to dial in their work specifically for themselves. This program is perfect for them.
Beautiful. Okay, all of you listening to that, you heard the man, how to get the best results. Join those programs. I guarantee, because here's the thing, man, I've seen people drop off 50, 60, 70 pounds over time. The results are sure. The results are sure. And that leads me to the second point. So, I mean, look, man, this is not just a gym, right? Where people come and work out. I mean, this is a whole entire movement. I mean, you're getting some big things done here, huge things coming up in the future. And you've really done a phenomenal job of just attracting the right people. Your team is like any other. What's the secret behind that, man? How come your team is just so incredible? These people are just, the energy is unreal. What is the secret behind that? Why is the Blueprint just so different in its culture and its team and just the mission you guys are on?
You know what? I am incredibly grateful. We have the best staff. Without the staff, we're nothing, right? Every single coach that's past or present has done so much awesome work, and they just hold the standard at BPLA. We have high expectations for ourselves, and we hold each other accountable on like what we need to be doing and what we need to show up as on the blue turf. And I think when you have a team that's on a mission rather than a team that just has a job, it's a lot different, right? And I think one common trait that all of our staff members have is they love helping people. And it's not about just, throwing weights around and turning up music, right? They genuinely want to see people win. And a part of that is having a positive culture where you enjoy coaching up your members, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the big things, and we just continue to double down on that all the time. And when we're hiring people, your vibe attracts your tribe, right? And you know how that works at Blueprint LA.
Totally. And where do you see the future of the Blueprint? Man, I mean, what's the future for you guys? Where are you headed? What are you thinking? And where are you going?
Yeah, man. So this past year, we've been working really hard on the back end. I made the decision to franchise. So we're going to be franchising Blueprint LA, and we'll be opening up locations from Santa Barbara all the way to San Diego, Arizona, Nevada, starting on the West Coast. And then we will branch out to the East Coast. But for now, we're focusing right at home. And really excited. We should have probably 2 to 3 open by the end of the year. Our docs got pushed back a little bit, but we cannot wait to launch this and spread that health and spread that positivity all over SoCal in the upcoming year.
That's incredible, man. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine just blueprints all over the place? You guys are already working on that, and it's going to be happening soon. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Really excited, man. Really excited. Yeah. Not only for, our staff, because all the opportunity that's going to provide them, but also for our members to have that feeling of we were the first location. We were the ones that started this thing, because without our members said, we're really nothing, right? So, having them as a part of that first location, that HQ, that's going to be super important to me, and having them celebrated as well. Amazing, man. Well, we're celebrating with you, brother. And hey, let me just tell you, we appreciate you guys and everything you've done for Taylor Chiropractic and everything that you're continuing to do right behind you, brother. And super exciting. This is the last point, man. And, I know it's going to be revealed to us soon when your book comes out. So you don't need to give away spoil it all here, but give a little insight, kind of your why behind your upcoming book. The title kind of caught me. And the title is this: The Broke Blueprint, How to Take Your Biggest Setbacks and Turn Them into Your Greatest Comebacks. Because as I said, man, these people listening, they're in a setback right now. They're looking for a great comeback. And share a little insight, brother, with just why you wrote it. And if someone were to pick up your book and read it, how would you want them to feel? What would you want them to take away from it? I think initially, when I decided to write the book, my goal was write it for my past self,
And there's probably somebody else out there that's struggling, that might be in a rut, that, seems like the chips are against them and their back's against the wall and they feel like they don't got anybody and they don't have any direction. My goal was to write this book, give them not only my story of, having my back against the wall, being completely broke and not having any vision or direction of where I was going, and the action items and the habits that I started creating for myself to start gaining momentum, start challenging myself to grow. And I give a full action plan on how you can do that and how you can start implementing these things that are going to propel you forward and give you momentum so you can live your best life. And that's not only business, that's at home as well. Right.
Can't wait for it, man. And you said you added that workbook in the back. So people are going to literally start to, write things up and put things into practice. As they are inspired by what they're going to read, man. I can't wait. And let me just share with you all, Kyle's been with me from the very start. I mean, I started off as a young chiropractor, trying to plug in with certain groups just to get to know people in the community. And I really wasn't getting anywhere. I was just like, man, I just feel like I'm not doing anything, and a lot of it, as you pointed out, we had coffee, you and I had coffee. Worked out at the Blueprint a couple of times. We connected, and you pretty much just told me, hey man, you're not surrounding yourself with the right people. I mean, these people, they have no clue about what you do, nor do they really care, and health and just a heart to serve and help people become healthier isn't really their focus. So you need to surround yourself with people who have that mission and who have that focus. And man, I'll just never forget you saying that to me. That was game changing for me right from the start. And since then, bro, you and your whole team has just been a huge support to me from the very start. Coming into the office, getting treated by a young chiropractor who really, was just starting out. So you, bro, and your team always have a special place in my heart. I am so grateful for all you've done for me, and I love you and your team. And so thank you, man, for everything.
We love you too, man.
Honestly, yeah.
Like at the beginning of this podcast, anybody that's listening, that's a client of Dr. Taylor's, you are lucky. He is in the business. He takes care of his clients and he's a true pro through and through. And, that's why we're so grateful to have you so close to us, Doc. And thanks for always taking care of our crew.
My pleasure, man. I say the same to you and you're in the Blueprint LA, man. You guys are awesome, and really appreciate you being on. If someone wants to join the BPLA movement and join the tribe, what is the best way to do so? What's their best way to reach you guys? Contact, website, email.
Go to theblueprintla.com, and there's a free 3-day trial link. And you can just click the free 3-day trial link, and we'll get you scheduled in class and ready to go. And if you want me to take class with you, type my name in the subject line and I'll hop in your first class with you.
Awesome, man. Okay. You heard that. Get on that 3-day trial. You will eat well before. Don't eat too much right before because you'll lose it after. Yeah. But you are in for a treat and an experience unlike anything else. Brother, I appreciate your time, man. And thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for listening to the Taylor Method for Pain-Free Living podcast. For more information about the Taylor Method and how you can find lasting pain relief, visit www.drderektaylor.com. That's www.drderektaylor.com.